fucking mind. It's so hot in here. Holy shit.
Cisgendered individual. 3, 2, 1.
Literally yesterday, it was like, have you all ever been with a they, them woman? I was like, that is so like no. If you can't see me as non-binary, I cannot be seen outside with you. Like with women that are cis, like it's more welcoming, but like people, like they perceive us as like a lesbian couple, and that's not really like what I'm trying to do.
To be fetishized, like some guys will like come at me and like be like yeah, like you're like the best of both worlds, and I'm like, girl, this is not Hannah Montana. Like I am a girl.
I've only been with one cis person, and it was a girl, and I feel like if anything, girls are super understanding, but I'm still open to a cis person. Like it depends on the person, really. Like I'm not looking for a trans person.
You should be able to medically transition before adulthood. 3, 2, 1.
Bro, this is a lie. Okay? You can never get a bunch of trans teenagers in the same room to agree to anything. How did they find a bunch of trans teens to agree to anything? Look at the fucking Hasanabi broadcast chat for like further evidence, okay? Wild to see a group of trans people agreeing on any particular matter without trying to fucking stab one another in the eye socket.
Able to get like hormones and go through HRT, but like there's also like a little part of me that's
Are you
like,
cis-perioding? What does that mean?
Changing their mind.
So if I would have went on that when I was,
Mansplaining,
like,
but
13,
cisplaining?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have regretted it.
If you don't understand that that's a joke, you are unironically participating in exactly what I was saying already, which is like immediately being like, nope, I'm not charitable anymore. Trans people are the first to be like, why don't you do enough trans advocacy? And then literally be like, I'm going to shove it down your fucking, I'm going to kill you because you didn't do it in the appropriate way.
Like the risk on transitioning very young, like medically transitioning very young, and they're educated on the process. I think children should be.
The only thing trans people agree on is playing Hearts of Iron and wearing coder socks.
Like a ballet and Pilates class, and I totally thought it was gonna be, oh, but you were like born male, so you have to do like masculine presenting stuff, which I was like really afraid of, but I'm so glad that they're like really accepting.
I go to UC Berkeley right now, and I get misgendered there like on a daily basis. Like I will introduce myself to the teacher and I'll be like, I go by they, them pronouns, by the way, I'm non-binary, like please respect my pronouns. And like within 2 times like that I'm in the classroom, they'll go back to using she, her pronouns, and like other classmates will also misgender me, and it gets just really mentally taxing at a point. And so I kind of just like stopped trying as much, because like it's just mentally exhausting having to realize like no one sees you as non-binary because you still have like feminine qualities about yourself.
I have come out more than once.
I was bi, and then came out as non-binary before I came out as trans. I'm like, oh my god, like when are we gonna get it right, y'all? Like,
And
Feeling is unbreakable. I don't know. I'm too afraid to ask, and I'm not going to talk about it because I feel like it's very controversial.
I thankfully had very supportive people in my life that like I could have came out to again, but they start transitioning and they're like, oh, I understand now. And like it wasn't until they were going through it and really felt the pain of it that they were able to understand.
I try to think of just like the whole entire spectrum of just like cis people who are like identifying female, but for some reason their bodies present more masculine. I feel like they can have that sort of point of view that can help them sympathize and empathize for you more. It's all about like the spectrum and just how there's just so many nuances.
Life would be easier if I wasn't trans.
I'm already like a person of color. If I wasn't non-binary, I'd be a woman. So like life is not going to be easy for me. And I just feel like that it wouldn't be the same, but it wouldn't be necessarily easier.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying about being a person of color and being queer, but you know, like
That's wild.
Like I've been through so much horrible shit, and like personally, like my life would be easier if I was cis.
Let's all be inclusive. Haha, obese, yeah, haha, chemical imbalance, trans, you go guinea pigs, haha, mental illness, so quirky. Brother, you are literally writing something that is a copy pasta in a fucking Twitch chat. Why in the ever-loving fuck do you think you are mentally balanced? Like, the first sight of a trans person caused you to schizo post in the chat. Why would you ever think that you are literally mentally well? Straight up, you got turf brain. It's broken. Your brain broken. It's smooth.
wasn't trans and if I didn't go through the struggles I went through. I hate that every week I have to like inject my hormones. Like I get so angry that like cis people get it for free and like it's just natural.
Oh my God.
I think your community is predominantly cis and white, to be honest. Yeah. There's a much larger percentage of trans people in here than any other fucking community on the internet. But yes, of course this community is predominantly cis and white. We're on fucking Twitch.